welcome back students. So I expect from you people that you have gone through unit number 4 and today we will be starting our unit number 5 of marketing management 2. So when we talk about marketing management 2 unit number 5, in this unit we will be discussing about recent trends in marketing. We will be discussing about rural marketing, relationship marketing. So all these terms will be covered in this particular unit. So number 1, recent trends in marketing. First of all, let me familiarize you with the topic heading, recent trends in marketing. So recent trends in marketing means what the companies are doing nowadays which is different. If I make a comparison between two era, that is if I talk about 50 years or 100 years back and today, or if I suppose make a comparison between two things like 20 years back or today, so there is a huge difference, as you can see. So the people are changed, people are very much aware, people are very much they are having a knowledge about everything what is happening in their surrounding. They are very much vigilant, they are qualified, they know what to do and what not to do before taking any buying decision. They think a lot, they just do a lot of search and then only they take a decision. So recent trends in marketing basically involves means what are the various new things available with the marketer, what are the various tools which a marketer can use nowadays in order to convince maximum number of customers, in order to maximize the sales, or in order to have a volume of sale in the market so that the maximum customers are aware and they are even convinced to purchase a product. So these things will be covered today. Number 1 when we talk about is virtual reality. Virtual reality, as you can see that this is something a word have integrated VR into their marketing strategy to date, and it's no wonder because it's a powerful marketing tool nowadays. Seriously, it is a very much powerful tool, and it is on a mission to blur the lines between real and virtual. Virtual means something which is not existing actually, but it is very much similar to the thing which is actual one or the real one. So basically it is very much powerful in the sense that it allows us to get up close and personal with certain products. When we look at it more closely from an advertising perspective, there is a lot to be said in terms of improving buyer awareness, accelerating the purchasing process, and offering more personalized choice to the buyers, just to name a few things. So this is something which plays a very much important role, and it gives a actual feel to the customer that okay, this product is going to be like this, but really it is not available to the customer, but virtually it is available to the customer. So this is a generalized term for any type of experience that essentially places the user in another world or dimension. So it may be used in reference to entirely digital words or that incorporate a mix of real or virtual. So these things are there in this. So an example I would like to quote over here is of New York Times. When I talk about New York Times, a couple of years ago, New York Times delivered Google Glass, Google Glass cardboard glasses were there. So to all of their subscribers, in order to watch a VR film, and then they did a few times over with different films. So these glasses were only delivered to their most loyal customers. So they essentially acted as an incentive or reward for brand loyalty. So what they were doing is, to their loyal customer, they were giving certain extra benefits so that the loyalty level can be enhanced. So this is something which was done by the company. So the film specifically appealed to intellectual and that are likely to grace the list of the New York Times audience. So these are the certain things which are done by different companies on a regular basis so that they can have the maximum number of customers, and those customers who are there with them, they can be there for a longer period of time. So this is also done by the companies, and the companies are doing and they are putting a lot of efforts in order to have maximum number of customers. So moving on to the next, voice search. 50% of all online searches will be voice based by 2020. This is said. Marketers now need to tweak their approach to attract devices rather than human with the arrival of Alexa, Google Assistant at all. These things you might have seen. Alexa is there. What Alexa, you people will be aware how the Alexa works. So Alexa is like that, you are just going to record your voice, whatever you are speaking, Alexa just respond as per your voice. So you need not to type anything, you need not to search anything, it is just working on your voice. So these things are also done by various companies, and 40% of adults depends on voice search every day. So you have got a problem if you are in that 96%. So it was that there are specific voice search SEO strategies your business can use to improve your voice search readiness, from including keyword phrases that would better suit voice search queries to nailing down exactly to approach local SEOs. So these changes to your current digital marketing strategy. So these are the things which comes under digital marketing only. So as voice search gets more popular, it becomes more important to use conversational long tail keywords to boost your SEOs. So these are the certain recent trends which are used by the giant firms. We are not talking about here the small firms who are there, we are talking about giant firms. They are using it, and they know and another thing is that they are targeting to those customers only who are qualified one, those who are having full knowledge about the technology. Definitely they are not talking about those people who are there in the suburban area or those who are there in the rural area. Their market is different, so accordingly they are just defining their strategies, and they are also implementing it, because they know that their customers are very much technology friendly, and they will be adapting it very quickly. Next is the interactive content. So interactive content, when we talk about, this is 81% of respondents of a survey conducted by CMI, that is Content Marketing Institute, agreed that interactive content grabs attention better than static content. So interactive content means somewhere you are just trying to contact, you are just trying to talk to your audience, you are just involving your audience with you, audience is getting involved, audience is asking certain questions to you people, and you are just responding also. So interactive marketing, again this is a very recent terminology which is used nowadays, and it acts as a trigger, and even it is boosting the marketing also, the selling of a product. So this is a marketing strategy that is using two-way communication channel to allow consumer to connect with a company directly. So it is allowing a consumer to be connected with a company very much promptly. So this exchange can take place in person. In the last decade, it has taken place almost exclusively. It can be through online, it can be through social media, blogging. So these are the various ways by which the companies are trying to be in contact. Companies are trying to talk to their consumers, so that the consumer is having interest in your product, and consumer, if the consumer is facing any problem, then he should also be in a condition to sort out those queries. Moving on to the next, personalization. 70% of the consumers are more likely to buy from a retailer that recognizes them by name and recommends options based on past purchase. So this is the reason why Amazon has the best consumer retention rate, due to its super personalization algorithm. So what is the case over here is, if I talk about customers, so customers are having such kind of habit that they just want to be very much involved with the this particular company. They just, if the company is entertaining them, if the company is solving their queries, so the customer is going to definitely purchase the product. So personalization means you are getting familiar with the consumers, you are asking certain questions to them, you are trying to solve their queries if they are having, you are also many times you are also going to give them suggestions if they require, if they are seeking for suggestions, so you are providing them the suggestions also. So in that way, you are just in a condition to maintain good relations with the customers. Chatbots, they provide instant response and handle frequently asked questions on social media such as Facebook. So the primary objective of this is to deliver the right product to the right consumer. Before this process is consummated, a series of interaction take place between both the parties. Customer is having any query, customer is not clear with certain things, he want to ask certain questions, how to handle the product, what are the various features which you are offering, or what are the various return policy. So you are there to solve those questions. So if I talk about various these sites, अगर आप बात करेंगे Zomato, Swiggy, so they are also providing a chat box kind of thing is there, that suppose you want to just trace your order, that whether it has started from the kitchen or not. So what you are doing whenever you are just going to type hello, I just want to know about my order processing, so immediately you will get the answer. So what they are doing is, customer is not supposed to wait, there is no lead time. Whenever you are going to type a question, you are going to type hello, immediately you will get a response from there. So by this the customer feels satisfied, customer see and customer observe that okay, we are observed by the company, we are redressed by the company, and company is there for us. So these are the things which are used in order to maintain good relations with the customers. GDPR compliance and data rights. In the wake of the Cambridge Analytica and GDPR, there is a louder claim to institute data rights. So this will impact data collection and the use of data to craft custom experience campaigns in a huge manner. So you are doing such things in order to increase your sales. Reviews and word of mouth. So customer trust more on the word of mouth rather than we are talking about the celebrities who are endorsing our product. So if I talk about if few people are there, suppose a customer, or he is a customer of a particular brand, say Hyundai, he is suggesting you about a purchase of a car, and Amitabh Bachchan is promoting a particular brand. So definitely you will be trusting your friend only, you will be trusting your social circle people only, you will not trust any celebrity. So in this case also, company is focusing a lot so that the customer is going to give positive reviews about your product, customer is not going to feel dissatisfied. So as it is mentioned here also, that more than 55% of consumers under the age of 60 read reviews on shopping websites and social forums before purchasing a product. So this is the thing which happens with you people, with me also, that if I am going to purchase any product, suppose on Flipkart, so first what I will do is I will just check out its reviews, that what are the reviews, what is the rating, and then only we take the decision. So this is something which again plays a very much important role. So rural marketing is something which we will cover tomorrow. So today we have covered recent trends in marketing, virtual reality, voice search, interactive content, personalization, chatbots, GDPR compliance, and this word of mouth. So I request you all to just go through it, and if you have any suggestion, if you have any query, then you can just give to us. We are very much open to it. So thank you so much.